Malik. So you're 18-0. You're undefeated. You had some excellent preparation for this camp, as far as I'm told. Tell us a little bit about your preparation through COVID-19. I know it's been different for everybody, and how you're feeling headed into Saturday night.
Well, I'm feeling great, going into Saturday night. I had a tremendous training camp. I was getting in, you know, how, different type of sparring, with likes of Terrence Crawford, Jerron Boots Ennis, Maurice Hooker, Jamel Hearn. I went and got different looks. So now I know come Saturday night, I'm prepared for any type of look he willing to bring.
That's fantastic. That sounds like a strong camp. And obviously, you might have been on the books to fight in the spring or early summer. Has the pandemic changed your program? Obviously, it's changed your training schedule, but you feel it affect you physically on Saturday?
No, not really. It didn't really affect me, physically and this and that. It more affected, my mental, because I was set, ready to fight in the summer, and things of that nature. But, that's when, the pandemic hit. So I mean, can't cry over spilled milk.
Understood. All right, let's go to Jeremy Harridge's fan sided. Jeremy, go ahead.
Hey Malik, thank you for taking the time to talk. I'm curious if did you watch Subriel's last fight? Did you study it all? And what did you think about his first loss to Petros Ananyan?
Yeah, we definitely watched his last fight, and what I seen, is that he's everyone looks at his record, him being 15, because he prior to that fight he was 15-0 with 15 knockouts and this that and the third. Well, what I seen was that when you actually fight him back, he's just a B class fight, B or C class fighter for real.
I know that his original promoter after the fight tried to excuse it as he didn't take it seriously, he didn't train. Do you view that as an excuse, or do you think we really saw the type of fighter he was right there in that fight?
Yeah, I really think that's the type of fighter he really is. It's that, like, if you know you going into a fight, I don't like how I train. It don't matter if the person I could be fighting could be 0-20. I'm still going to treat it like he's 20-0.
You're a very big junior welterweight, and I mean you have numerous inches over him. Do you think that you're going to be able to overpower him in this fight?
Of course, of course. One thing I do know, he's going to try to come in there, try to bully me and things of that nature. But that's what I grew up doing, and I'm not going to sit there and let him, beat me at my own game.
Final question for me. He's got an impressive KO rating of like 94%. Do you think he's really got great power, or do you think that's a byproduct of maybe some weaknesses in his resume?
I mean, I don't really don't pay attention, to someone's knockout ratio or things of that nature. Yeah, so what he got 15 knockouts, 15 fights, and this and that and third. Them knockouts didn't come against no one that fights like me.
I hear you. Malik, best of luck, and look forward to watching you fight.
Like,
Okay, thanks, Jeremy. Let's go to Keith Idec.
Hey Malik, you obviously couldn't have gotten better sparring than you got for this fight. That's an impressive list, of course. So did you go? I think you mentioned to me yesterday you were in Philadelphia and then in Maryland. You went to Omaha also to spar with Terrence?
yes, sir.
How many times did you guys spar together?
We sparred about 3 or 4 times. The first time he just wanted, to see what I was capable of doing. And then, the last couple of times that I sparred with him, he was just mainly more so with him teaching me, how to, throw punches at different angles, and him teaching me how to get out of certain situations.
How recently were those sparring sessions with Terrence?
That was early, I want to say about June or July.
Okay, so it was okay. And how recently with Boots when you were in Philadelphia sparring with him?
I want to say about about 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Okay. And just overall, what do you think this fight, Malik, can do for you in terms of moving you forward in the direction you want to go?
When with this fight, a victory in this fight, it leads me on to bigger and better opportunities. It takes me one step closer to that world title shot.
Great. Thanks for your time, Malik.
Thank you.
All right, Malik. So tell us a little bit more, belabor the point, but I know you had you had a brush close to the family with the COVID-19 during the pandemic. Tell us about your mom. How's she doing now, and what was the experience like for her? I know it wasn't easy.
Well, my mother, she doing great. She doing great. She recovered from COVID-19, and when she had it, I've never ever seen my mother, look as terrible as she did. Actually, the night that I took her to the hospital, it was probably one of the worst nights that I ever seen her being sick ever in my life, because she was in her bed and she was shaking, and she just said she couldn't take it no more. So I just decided, I got up, made her put some clothes on, and I drove her to the hospital.
And I understand she spent about 2 weeks in hospital.
Yeah, she spent 2.5 weeks.
So she's a fighter for sure. She's
Yeah.
home now and fully healthy.
Yeah, yes, sir. They don't call her Iceman for nothing.
Well, that's great. We're really glad to hear that. And looking forward to, obviously a big night for you and your career on Saturday night. You have something else coming up special in your life, I understand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about that.
November 26th, I have my firstborn son.
Terrific. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Due to have your first baby boy, November 26th. That's great. Exciting time for you. You got a friend, a stable mate, so to speak, a gym mate since you guys were boys, Tank Davis. I assume he's going to be watching the fight on Saturday night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Will he give you a rating? You guys will speak after the bout, do you expect?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. We always do that.
Right. And I'm sure you'll be watching then on Halloween night for him. You typically train with Coach Calvin Ford. Is it an instance where Calvin had to be in Las Vegas with Tank, and that's why you're with Kenny Ellis for this particular?
Well, no, actually, Kenny Ellis, he's always been my head trainer. It's just that, well, I just don't look at, neither him or Calvin, as head trainer. I look at them, both of them my head trainer. They co-train me.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't have any other questions from the press in queue at this time, so I think we're going to let you go. Continue to prep for the weigh-in and for the fight on Saturday. Appreciate your time.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Hey, Malik, good luck.
Yes, sir.